Hey everyone and welcome to the Learning Ladder. Today I thought I'd do a little chatty plan with me, kind of do the work boxes where we talk about all things homeschool, Christmas, all the fun things. So I've got my planner here, I've just got my pens out, and we're on week 7. So when I'm making this video, so I'm just get my menus so that I can jot down in the planner what we're doing, and then I'll do the work boxes and we'll just chat. I thought it'd be fun to do it this way rather than just showing you the book, although I actually want to get a better phone stand, because I find that holding it and writing at the same time is really difficult, funnily enough. So I've seen these stands that you can get right attached to the desk, and you can do like an aerial shot, I guess. I think that'd be really cool. So maybe I'll get one of those at some point if I ever have enough pennies to do so. Yeah, don't get me started on the whole gas and electric thing. Let me know if you're here or wherever you are, if your electric and gas has gone up again. Ours has, and we got our bill, and I couldn't believe it, how much it had gone up, considering we weren't even actually using it as much as we used to do, because we don't even use the dryer anymore. But so it's interesting, especially now because it's a lot colder and wetter, so I can't dry outside, so my laundry's taking forever to dry, and I just so miss my dryer. This was, you don't realize how much, actually I did, because I've had times when I've not had a dryer before, so I did appreciate it, but even more so now when I don't have it anymore. I just look at it in its little, in the laundry room, and just look at it and think, oh, those were the days when I could just take the clothes out and shove them in and it'd be done. But anyway, that's third world problems, isn't it? First world problems. But that's just, it's not that bad, is it? But it does take a bit of time compared to how quick laundry used to be. But anyway, let me think. So we're gonna do morning time menu first. Yeah, I'll use this. So how have you all been doing? Let me know. So as I said, we're on week 7. We had our break, our week off, which was nice, and we're back to it. This week though has been so busy. We've had so many different things. So we had the dentist, we had other appointments we had to go to, we had the vet for vaccinations, and then this weekend we've got everybody but Jace has to go to the vet on Saturday for their vaccination and annual check. Shadow the cat went today, which is always an experience because she does not like going in her travel bag to go to the vet, but taking all 5 of them to the vet tomorrow is going to be fun. Not because none of them like going. None of them like the vet. But Jace doesn't have to go until next month, so he gets a reprieve. He can stay at home, so he doesn't have to go. What have you been thinking about for Christmas in terms of homeschool? So we have 2 weeks off at Christmas time, so I only really have 2 weeks to do anything, and sometimes I plan and then it comes to it, well, it's our break before I even have a chance to do everything. So this year I'm not planning for anything more than 2 weeks. That's it. I'm only going to plan for 2 weeks, unless we start it sooner. So, and that's another thing, because my daughter is desperate to put up the Christmas tree. She wants to do it now. It's only the beginning of November. She wants to put it up now. Usually we don't put it up until sort of the last day, sort of last couple of days in November, but this year she's like, oh, we have to do it, we have to put it up. But funnily enough, I'm kind of not that against the idea, because, and this sounds crazy, but the lights, putting all the lights and everything, it would be really nice to actually be able to have all the lights on, because a lot of them are battery operated, without feeling guilty about the electricity bill. So I'm kind of not opposed to putting it up sooner than ordinarily I would do. And I don't know, I just kind of want to extend Christmas this year for some reason. I just feel like it's never enough. It seems to go by so fast, and then you have to wait obviously the whole year again for it. But sometimes I feel like you try to pack too much in, because of the fact that you only, well, I can only put my tree up at this time, I can only start doing Christmas school at this time, so maybe I might actually start a bit sooner this year. Why not? You know, we make our rules, we can do what we want. In terms of what I'm thinking, so there are a couple of things that I was thinking of, but let me know if you have sorted out your Christmas stuff, what you're thinking of. If you've got any kind of unit study recommendations, let me know. Because I'm always interested in new stuff, I was thinking of possibly doing, I saw it last year and it looked really good, but I never actually bought it. The Waldock Way cookies, Santa's cookies or something, cookies for Santa. So basically it goes with a book which we have, which we really like, and it talks about all the different traditions for different countries and what kind of treats that they like to make. And then you get to make obviously one of the treats, and a lot of them are cookies from different countries and things. And it sounded really good. So you know, it's not too in depth, which is what I want. I don't want, you know, too much, because we tend to do a lot of outings, you know, field trips and stuff, so I don't want too much. But you know, you get to learn a little bit about the country, make the treat. Obviously my daughter loves baking, especially at Christmas time as well. And you know, a bit about how people, it mentions how people celebrate, but she's got some video links, so maybe there are. But there are also some crafts and things that you can do and add on. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. But as I said, let me know if you found anything good that's just come out. I haven't really started to investigate too much yet, but do let me know if you found something really good that you really like the look of. The other thing as well is I had this book from years ago, which was like an Advent book, and for the life of me I don't know where I've put it. I keep looking everywhere for this book and I can't find it, but if I can find that, we might do that. It's sort of an Advent study where you get to do a different craft or activity every day as well, so I might do that. But as I said, I don't want to do too much because it's only 2 weeks and then we break anyway. So I'm just going to go to the work boxes. So morning time menu, I just write down all the things we do, and it's the next thing in the book, so I don't really need to, apart from the horse unit, which I write in a different category, so I'm not even showing you. I'm just writing down the morning time menu. So apart from horse unit, which I'm going to get in a second, everything else pretty much is just the next thing, so I don't really need to make too much notes, apart from writing prompt and art prompt, which again, when I write horse unit, I decide for that at that point. But I have just written signs on, and I'm just writing language arts. We're still really enjoying learning language arts through literature in the afternoon, and we are on week 7 for that. Still doing all about spelling for 2 days a week, and they actually lined up, which was really good. The spelling rule that we were learning in All About Spelling actually was the same thing they were talking about in learning language arts through literature, so I thought that was really handy actually. And I've just realised I haven't written, oh no, that's fine, something. So I'm just going to write all my headings and then I'm going to go to the workbox, just so I don't have to get up right now. So in other things for Christmas, I'm going to be doing my Christmas gift video soon. I have pretty much got most of the things. There's just a couple of things that I still need to order from Amazon. There's one book set that I'm deliberating on whether I want to get. I've already decided on what other books I want to get, but there's just this one, and I keep eyeing it and think, should I get it now? Should I wait a little bit? Should we get it after Christmas? I'm really, you know, trying this year particularly to be very budget conscious. Not that I haven't before, but particularly this year, you know, cost of living, everything's gone up. So I'm making sure that anything I'm bringing in is something that I know we are going to really enjoy and use, or it's something she's really wanted. I know, but to be honest, let me know if your kids are the same. She hasn't asked for a ton of stuff this year, and you can tell she's getting older. She's been really deliberate about what she wants, very specific about what she wants, whereas before, when she was younger, if you gave her the catalogue of Smith's toys or something, she would circle something on every single page. But now she's very, very deliberate about what she wants, and I think that's, as I said, just a maturity thing. Getting older. And why does that feel like I've missed a column? Oh, that's why, because it's a different, what? Okay, sorry, that didn't look right at all. I fixed it. I think I must have changed something. Anyway, I'm just going to delete that part out because it's not relevant. So yes, I'll be showing what I have decided to get her. So I'm going to do it in start off the things that I picked for her, so things that I thought she'd really like, then I'll share in the same video obviously, and then I'll share the things that she asked for, and then I'll do stocking stuffers all in the same video, so then you're not having to wait for the next one to come out or anything before you do your shopping. I think most people have already done their shopping by now, so it kind of is a moot point, but you know, if just in case you're still on the lookout for anything, I always like watching them. Even though I've done all my shopping, I still like watching them. But I've also been thinking about ways that I might cut what we normally eat as well at Christmas time. But usually we do an M&S food to order. I haven't done mine yet because I was having to pay for the spaying and everything else, so I thought I'll just wait until November payday. When I actually went on to just see, you know, what was there, quite a few things had sold out already. So I was thinking, wow, I don't know. I thought naively that it wouldn't be that bad this year because I was thinking, well, you know, cost of living and everything else, but prices though, have you seen how much turkeys are? So the one we usually get this year is maximum price of £70. £70 for a turkey. That is insane. It's not even a full turkey, it's a crown. But it says, because I usually get the 8 serves 8 to 10, so we have leftovers, and obviously we've got the dogs and they all like turkey too. So it says it's a 2.3 to 2.7 kilogram serving 8 to 10, and it's £59.80 to £70.20. You never usually get it at the £59.80 point. It's usually either sort of 62, 65, but £70.20. Oh my life, that is just insane. So I was looking at frozen turkeys, just regular frozen turkeys from the grocery store, and they were cheaper. But I always hear those horror stories every year of where someone's bought just one of those frozen turkeys and they've defrosted it and it's been green or something, and I always think, oh, that'd just be our luck if I do that this year, decide to go for a cheaper turkey, and then it turns out that it's just absolutely disgusting and horrible. But be optimistic, it might be fine. I just don't have the money anyway. I was thinking, well, we could get this, you know, turkey, or we could go on a day out, and I'd rather us go on a day out because even that's so expensive. For just 3 of us to go to a Christmas event, it costs £88, which is pretty much $88 because the exchange rate at the moment is so low for here as for our currency. So it's about £88 just to go to one Christmas event, and it's not even an extravagant thing, it's just, you know, a small thing. So, you know, you got to think of your priorities, and to me, will we remember the amazing turkey, or will we remember that amazing day out? And to me, I think we'll remember the amazing day out. So I think that's where I'm leaning towards, and, you know, going for the cheaper turkey and having the great day out instead. Right, so I've written all my headers on in my red pen, so now I'm just going to go over to the workbox and get, what should we start with? Let's have a look at science. Okay, so last week we were talking about classifying living things. They had an experiment which I thought was really boring, to classify shoes. So when I made our notebook pages, I had her classifying dogs instead. I thought she would much more enjoy that, and she did. She absolutely loved it. We were talking about the different characteristics for dogs. So this week we have what are vertebrates and invertebrates. There's an experiment to build a little model backbone with pasta or something along those lines. And then we'll definitely be able to do another chapter. And the next chapter is plant growth and reproduction. How do plants grow, which is the first one. How do plants reproduce? So we might just do the 2, or we might do the spores and seeds one as well. So if you have never watched any of the videos before, which I'm sure you pretty much all have, we are using Harcourt Science. I like it, it's fine. Would I do it again? I don't think I want to do it next year. I might return to it in the future, but I don't know. I really like a unit study style science. You know, where we do a topic for, you know, say 6 weeks, and then we switch to a different topic. Whereas with this one, I just feel like it's just a little, you just dip your toe in and then you move on really fast to something else. So I'm not, I think it's fine. It's fine. There's nothing bad about it. But I just definitely think next year I'll go back to something that's more unit study style. So we're doing classifying living things, which is, I've forgotten myself now. The backbone. What are invertebrates? So what are So what I just do is just write the chapter heading, because I've already prepared the worksheets in our notebook, so I don't need to do anything, photocopy anything, it's already all done. So I don't need to write too much on here. And then we will do plant growth and reproduction. So yes, I like it, it's fine, but unit study style is definitely what I'll be looking for next year. Okay, so for history we are doing a journal through time. This is my product. It's available on Amazon, and the websites, YouTube videos are all on Teachers Pay Teachers, which is a free download. Okay, so I don't write in my planner for this. I use the planning sheet, which you get with the free download, because there's more space and it's categorized into books, YouTube, websites, and activities, if you can even see. Okay, so we start a new chapter, which I'm really excited about. So we are on to the Tudors. So week 7. So I've got my Explore book, which is one of the main things that we use, as well as other books, you know, different encyclopedias and things for the time periods. I'm really excited to do the Tudors. I've just pulled out this one as well, the Osborne Tudors picture book. So what I'm going to do is just have a quick look at the book list to see what else I want to get out this week. The book list is very long. Obviously they're not all essential, but I'm just going to have a quick look through. So we have lots of fun things. I really like the Middle Ages. It's really a really interesting time of history. So sort of the basic books you've got are Child Through Time, Street Through Time. I don't get any of all those out because they're just on our shelf over here, and I just grab them when I need them. But I just put those 2 in the workbox. We usually just one Explore book, but because it's the Tudors Osborne picture book as well, I thought I'd put that in too. So I'm just going to have a look. So because it's our first week, I think we're just going to stick with the Explore book and the Tudor picture book to begin with. But there's some really fun books on here. So we've got a Black Death book from Osborne. We have got some Knights and Castles books, Plague, Medieval Feast, St. George and the Dragon. So yes, some really fun ones. So for books, I'm just going to put, so we're doing history on Tuesday and Thursday. So I'm just going to put explore Tudors and Tudor picture book for both days. Okay, and then we'll look at, I think we'll look at history of Britain, visual guide for those relevant time period. Okay, so the first pages in the Explore book are just, you know, things like who were the Tudors, talking about kings at that time, ladies, so, you know, Edward, Mary and Elizabeth, differences between rich and poor, and the relevant pages in Journal Through Time. So we've got a new page. It's exciting. So the first pages are who are the Tudors, rich and poor. So those are the pages we will do. So who are the Tudors and rich and poor comparison. And this is what they look like. So she's just got some space to write and draw, and the same on that side. So those are the workbook pages I think we will do. But there's some fun activities in this unit. So we've got things like design a Tudor town, which will be a really fun one. Tudor feast. So that's the pages we're doing here. In terms of YouTube videos, we will watch, let me see, I've just got my list here. I think we'll do a Tudor day in the life, on Tuesday and on Thursday. What was life like? Okay. And then for websites, we're going to look at everyday life and one of the Tudor ones, intro pages. Okay, so that's history. Are we going to do any additional activities? So we're going to look at the Tudor magazine, which I have from the English Heritage, and I think we will we'll start colouring our timeline poster. That's from English Heritage as well. Okay, so that's history done. Okay. And this is where getting stuff done in the summer really helps. So the magazine's already stapled together, and I have got all the Tudor printouts of additional things. So for example, there's a recipe for when we want to do our recipe day. Different things to colour, so things like the crowns and stuff, so I'm glad I did that in the summer. So she can start colouring in her Tudor poster while I'm doing the read louds. Okay, and looking at her magazine as well, so that's history done. Okay, so for all about spelling, I just have a big folder here, so I'm just going to swap out our words for the new lesson, word cards for the new lesson. So we're on going to write the lesson number that we're on. We just do one lesson a week because we do spelling, you see, as well. Oh, and there's actually no word cards. So no new word cards anyway. So when there's no new word cards, they just have the new spelling rule, which they need to obviously learn, and then they have the dictate sentences section, and then they have the writing station. Because what they found, and I think it's true for most, is that you'll find that your child can spell a word perfectly when it comes to a spelling test, but then you'll notice, you may notice that when they actually come to write it in their story or whatever, they might spell it wrong. And they have the writing station in All About Spelling specifically for that reason, which I really like, and it's to get them used to actually making original sentences using their spelling words rather than it just be, you know, an actual test or whatever of the 10 or 15 words. And then, you know, they really know it. If they can actually write it correctly in their writing piece, then, you know, they definitely have remembered it. And I really like that extra step that they have. I think it started in level 3, in All About Spelling level 3, when they started doing that. And I really do like that. And also it's, you know, it's a little extra writing, and they always ask them, you know, to come up with original sentences, and they come up with some interesting words as well. So no new word cards. I'm just going to put the ones we did last week away. And I do have a sound card, so I need to get that out of my little box. Those back in the mastered section. Makes me feel, remember the All About Reading time, you know, when you have your little box and stuff, which is funny because I just sold my level 3, 4 and 1, and I had to get them all ready and posted out this week. So I've only got 2 left, so 3, 4 and 1 have gone, and it's kind of bittersweet as well to see them go. What sound card is it? 63. You know, to sell them. You think that we'll never use them again, but you know, if they can bring joy to someone else, and the person who actually bought 3 and 4 sounded such a lovely person. Like I'd sent her extra stuff and that came with it that I'd found and things, and you know, explained how I used it and stuff, and I don't know, I just think it's nice to think that it's gone to a good home. Sounds crazy, but that's how I feel. It feels nice to go that it's gone to a good home. Okay, so that's spelling done. Okay, now moving on to maths. So for maths, I go through our Saxon and I use the worksheets that I made to go along with it. And I have a look through the lesson, and then I circle which ones I want her to do, which questions I want her to answer. So I've mentioned before, but I'll just say again, we do warm-up, we do new concept, we do the fact practice, and we do lesson practice in full, and then for mixed practice we do either odds or evens, or I'll mix it up depending on the questions. So I do go through the questions and have a look at them to see if there's anything that I think we need to focus on, or if there's anything that I think, usually it's just odds or evens. It's like only very rarely that I really focus and change that, because it works really well. If she gets them wrong, which she doesn't, then I would revisit that and think, okay, maybe we need to do the whole thing. But at the moment, she throughout this whole book, she's been absolutely fine with that. She always gets them right. So I think it's enough, especially because you do the fact practice, the mental maths, you know, the new concept and everything else. Okay, so I'm just going to circle those. And she's doing really well with Saxon. I know it's not the brightest of curriculum in terms of it's very black and white. You know, there's not tons of fun pictures or anything, but she does really well with it, so that's what we want. You know, but what I tell you what she really does enjoy is she really enjoys the investigations that they have. You know, sort of a change from the traditional worksheet style. She really does like that. But in terms of how she's progressing with it, it's absolutely fine. She's doing really well with it, so I'm happy with that. You know, the fact that it's not the most bright and beautiful of curriculum, but it works, and that's all we need. You know, she's progressing as she should. She's on track, so I'm quite happy with it, and we'll continue using it. So I have also, changing subject completely from maths, just got a recent opportunity to be an affiliate for someone I'm really excited about, and I'll be sharing that in an upcoming video. I think you'll really like it, the product. I wouldn't do anything like that unless it was something that I really liked, and I have purchased as a consumer myself products from them before, so check that video out when it comes out. But I'm really excited about that. It's something that's going to come in the mail as well. It's like a physical product. You know, it's not like a digital thing, although you can have a digital version in part. So I am really excited to share that with you. Sorry, I'm just trying to concentrate, otherwise I will mess up and circle the wrong thing. But it was fun at the dentist. Not. Nothing's wrong. Her teeth are perfect. Mine are too, in terms of, you know, no cavities or anything like that. But she is going to have braces at some point. I knew she would anyway. You know, I think she's definitely got a bit of an overcrowding issue. So whether they'll have to push things back to fit everything in, or whether they'll pull some stuff. I had a similar problem, which is why I knew that this was going to happen. And I have braces as well. But the waiting list is 2 to 3 years here for braces. But I kind of think that that's about right. So Una should be 12, 13, because I think it's a huge responsibility to have braces, especially those clunky metal things, which is what I had. I can't imagine us ever being able to afford to do that Invisalign thing, because I think it's over 3,000 per treatment thing cycle. That's what I was reading anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong. So you know, it'd be the train tracks, and it's a lot of responsibility. You know, you've got to make sure you're using your interdental brushes and everything, and also the discomfort as well. That's the other thing. You know, I remember having those blocks in my mouth. It was so painful. I haven't said any of those things to her, obviously. I don't want to put her off. But I think, you know, 12, 13, you were just a bit more mature and able to deal with these things a bit more. So I'm not too worried about the waiting list. But, and also, I guess there's a chance her teeth haven't all come through. She's still got a lot of baby teeth. Even the ones that aren't straight are not all the way through yet. So there's always a chance that her maybe jaw grows a bit and things sort of level off a bit. So I think, you know, waiting until 12, 13 will be okay, because as I said, she only just towards the beginning of the year actually got both of her front fully in. She's still working on the eye teeth. They're not all the way in. She's lost a couple of her molars, but she's still got several of them, baby molars still. So she's still got quite a lot of teeth to come in yet. So I think taking that into consideration, you know, the waiting list doesn't seem that bad. I mean, is your dentist nice? Because our dentist is so stern. She like terrifies you. She's so, I don't know what it is. She's just, we used to have a different dentist, and she went on maternity leave, and I didn't like the person that they'd replaced her with. So I asked to switch to this other one temporarily. But now I feel like I can't switch back, because it feels kind of rude to say, oh, I'm sorry, I don't want you anymore, because she's come back, our original dentist. But I so want to go back to her. But I just feel like, can I say that? I don't know. It feels, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. But she's so stern. And poor my daughter, she, you know, she's really good with the manners and everything, you know, completely fine, but when the dentist is there, you know, she's tongue-tied and she forgets, you know, to say thank you and stuff, which she never normally does. And so you can tell even she feels that this dentist is kind of stern too. So I'm like, oh, I think I just want to go back to the other one. And I don't know, I find it really rude when a stranger prompts your child to say thank you, because she knows perfectly well how to say please and thank you. I mean, she's 10. She was just, you know, a bit nervous and things, and I don't know, I just find it very rude when a stranger does that. What do you say? Please, thank you, and doing this little demonstration. I'm like, oh, seriously? That is what she's like though? So that what would you do? Would you go back to your original dentist? My daughter said it as well, you know, she said thank you, but I don't think she said it at the time that the dentist wanted her to say it, so she had to go through the whole thing again and do the please and then the thank you. Seriously? What in the world? Yeah, I don't know, it just made me feel really uncomfortable. So I definitely feel like we don't have to go for another 6 months, but I feel like I kind of want to ring up and say, oh, is the other dentist back? Can we because I'm pretty sure she is back. Can we go back to her? I don't know, maybe we'll just see her one more time, see if she's like that again, because I if she is and she's so stern again, I just feel like it's bad enough going to the dentist as it is without them having an attitude problem. But I told you this was going to be a chatty plan with me, didn't I? I should do a live at some point, because half the time I think these things would be so much better if you were able to talk back rather than me just whittering on to myself. Would you watch a live? Let me know. I always feel like no one would watch it, so what would be the point? I might as well just make a video. I don't think I have enough followers for someone to be there to do a live with, but I don't know, maybe I'll do a live rap with me or something. But let me know, would you actually come on to a live? Because otherwise there's no point. I may as well just make a video. 26. Okay, so I'm nearly done with maths, and then we get on to Friday. But it's funny because not this time, but the time before that appointment, the nurse who was in the room with us at the time of when we were having, you know, the dental nurse, basically, she said, oh, so-and-so, the other dentist, is back from maternity leave. You could make your appointment with her. And I went, oh, like that, because the other dentist was stood right there. And she went, well, it doesn't bother me, you know, like that. So I kind of, it was the snap, the way she said, you know, it doesn't bother me sort of scenario. I just kind of felt like I had to go back to the next appointment. So we went back to the next appointment, and then we went again. So it's been, by the time we go for our next checkup, it'll have been a year since we've been with her and this other dentist. So I kind of feel like maybe I can go back to the other one now, I don't know. But the other one was so much nicer. I would never have switched if it wasn't for the fact that she was gone on holiday. Although there was an issue with her not noticing something until it was too late. But other than that, you know, she was nice. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm being too sensitive about the whole thing, but she's so stern, and I guess that's not really an issue, but it just really annoyed me, the whole please thank you thing, because my daughter has impeccable manners. She just feels a little bit intimidated by the dentist and doesn't say it in as fast as she wants her to say it, I guess, or in the order that she wants her to say it, apparently. It's just bizarre. It just really annoyed me this time, in particular, you know, because she did like a little demonstration. It was ridiculous. Ugh. Let me know, am I being too sensitive, or would that bother you as well? But you know, in life we meet all kinds of different people, don't we? So maybe it's sort of a life lesson that, you know, you're not always going to have. But I don't know, then that just kind of sounds daft as well. But I don't know, we'll see. I actually want to move dentists. This dentist is so not convenient. It's miles away, but because the only reason we ended up there was because I needed a specific treatment. I needed a crown, and the dentist that I went to was going to charge an arm and a leg for the crown when they were cheaper, so that's why we ended up there in the first place, and then we kind of just stayed there. But that's really not a good enough reason to stay at a dentist, I guess, not anymore anyway. But also it's kind of hard as well at the moment to find dentists because of the way things work and the way they get paid and things. But I don't know, I just feel like they're not that good. Literally, I was in the chair for less than maybe 8 minutes and it was $27.50. Didn't do anything, looked, nothing else. She didn't brush, you know, clean, nothing, and that's extra. You know, $27.50, and that was it. I mean, it's a really good job, isn't it? 8 minutes. Every 8 minutes you're in $27.50. So I don't know. I was kind of hoping that they were gonna clean at least, but you know, scale, basically. I mean, scale and polish, not clean as in, obviously I can clean them, but I mean scale and polish. But they didn't even do that, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm doing horse unit now. So we are loving horse unit. So we're on Black Beauty. This is from Beautiful Feet Box, if you haven't seen me mention it before. And we really enjoy this. We're on seeing what we've got. So just writing down the lesson numbers and just having a quick peek through to see what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be doing some drawing of different horse stands. I also really like as well, with the literature, there's quite a lot of morals in it too, and you know, good character and things, and sort of analysis of character, which I really like. You know, why is this person like this? Why is that person the way they are? So I think that's a useful skill, obviously, as well. Okay, that's great. So that's lesson 22. Okay, so for writing prompt, I'm just going to have a look in my writing prompt book. For art prompt this week, I'm going to let her just pick whatever prompt she wants to do herself, because I have, I think, for the last 2 times planned it. So I like to do the flexibility because it's always nice to see what ideas she comes up with, and usually they're better than mine anyway. So I'm going to let her pick those. But I'm going to have a look at the writing prompt. We did one on a turkey, which was really interesting. She really enjoyed it as well last week. It was about a turkey who was sick, and she had to make a little plan of how to help him or her be diagnosed and treatment and everything. So that was really fun. I'm just going to see if there's anything else. Or I might, for one of the days, she's been writing a story. So I'm just going to put that she can do a chapter of a story for her writing prompt, or chapter, you know, paragraph, or however many pages in the writing prompt time. But for one of them, I'm just going to see if there's anything else themed for November that we want, or if there isn't, then I'll give her free rein to choose something herself. Okay, so other than that, games wise this week, so in the enrichment column, this column, I usually put some games down. Again, this week I'm just going to let her surprise me, see what she picks. So, and then we've got Friday, so I'm just going to go and check the writing prompt book, and then I will come back and we'll talk about Friday. But I asked her, you know, after, you know, the dentist, I was like, you know, what happened, you know, sort of. I mean, this is the thing, she actually did say please and thank you, just not in quickly enough for the dentist. So, you know, I was just like, had a little chat, you know, what happened, and, you know, why did you not say it the way she, you know. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard because I don't think what she did was wrong, you know, she just didn't quite say it as fast enough as the dentist wanted. And, you know, she just said, oh, she makes me nervous. And then, you know, I think back, and you know, there were times when I was a kid talking to, I mean, she's very outgoing anyway. You know, she is much more outgoing than I was. I was really shy. So to me, like, that scenario would have been, you know, so mouse-like, whereas she's not like that. She's really much more outgoing than I was. So to hear her say that the dentist made her feel nervous says a lot about the actual dentist, because my daughter will talk to anyone. Literally, she makes friends really easily. She has no problems with adults as well as children. She has no problems talking to other people. Sometimes I'll go to the park and you'll see all the kids that are there and they're quite shy and reserved, and my daughter's just chatting away with everyone. So for her to say that the dentist made her feel nervous, and that's why she didn't say it as quickly as she should, makes me think even more I should just switch. But I don't know. Well, not switch, but ask to go back to the other one. I don't know. I just don't want her to. I don't know. I'm making a big deal out of this, and it's really not a big deal. I just need to make my decision whether to ask to go back to the dentist. It's just, how do you say it? What reason? Why do I want to go back to the dentist? Oh, I just realised she's back from maternity leave, even though she's been back, I think, 9 months. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm just looking at the writing prompts for November. This sounds actually a good one. Hi, please. I think that would be fun. These are photocopied from the Evermore book. You are allowed to photocopy them. Although, I don't know. I guess it's quite appropriate for November. Pie, please. Oh, well, no, actually, I think this one looks good. So this is Celebrating Cartoon Characters. November the 26th, even though it's not even remotely November the 26th, but it's talking about celebrating Charles Schulz, who created Charlie Brown, Snoopy and Lucy. I don't know who Lucy is, but I know who Charlie Brown and Snoopy are. Draw your own cartoon characters. So I think I'll do that. So cartoon character prompt. And then the other day she'll do a dragon story. Okay. I'll leave that out. Right, so that comes to Friday. So, geography, we're going to continue doing our UK study. And I think we could potentially do one little bit more in Loch Ness, and then we'll be moving on to something else. I want to do, I think, Antarctica next, because it's we've been talking about Antarctica in Learning Language Arts through literature. So I think because it's about Mr. Popper. So I think that'll be really good, and also the time of the year, it's getting colder and things. So I think we'll squeeze one little bit more out of Loch Ness, and then next week we'll go to Antarctica. Or maybe I should just start Antarctica. I'll think about it. I'm going to put, because it's Friday, I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to prep it. So I'm going to put Loch Ness or Antarctica. I just need to get the folder out and go through it all. IT is easy peasy online, and typing.com, which I do really like, and so does she. Music is easy peasy online. Sewing is the next lesson in the book. Art, I'll come back to that in a second. Baking, I'm going to see what she wants to bake and write that in. So for art, we are going to do watercolour with me. And for nature, we're going to do the next lesson in our Seasons of Field. And that's it. So we're done. We're planned for next week. So I'm just going to stick the art prompt away. There it is. And it's gory, not my scruffy writing. I find that if I'm talking and writing at the same time, it looks a mess. It's not that bad. So I hope this is enjoyable for you. If you've got any advice for me about the dentist, then let me know. What would you do? Because I don't know, sometimes I feel like I can be a bit sensitive about these things, especially when it comes to my daughter. If someone's making her nervous, that bothers me. Not to the extent of, well, I mean, obviously she's going to get nervous in life, but the fact that I just felt it was really rude what the dentist did, made her go through this little role play of saying please and thank you. I just thought that was really, really rude, because I know my daughter has impeccable manners. She just didn't say it as fast as it didn't help, because she had earphones on as well, because she was she had a tablet while I was having my appointment. So she had her earphones on, her tablets on. She might not even have heard the dentist. That's why she didn't say it as fast, or distracted. But Oh, I don't know. I think I'm just being a bit sensitive, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, if you've got any advice what you would do, and also let me know about Christmas units if you've seen anything good. Like I say, I'm leaning towards the Waldock Way, but I'm not wholly decided. So let me know if you've got anything else for me to consider. And I'll see you in our next video. And hopefully in the next one will be the what I'm getting my daughter for Christmas video. So take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.